Dear student, today let us learn the lesson Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Think of Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or similar occasion or function, and then the next would probably be Ustad Bismillah Khan. He is the Shehnai maestro playing the instrument. Today we learn about Ustad Bismillah Khan's life story and Shehnai. Let's start. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence because it had a shrill and unpleasant sound. Why did Emperor ban the playing of musical instrument? Because it had shrill and unpleasant sound. What do you mean by shrill? Shrill is a high tone sound, cannot be tolerated. Unpleasant is the opposite of pleasant. Anything which pleases you is pleasant, and the thing which never pleases you is unpleasant. Pungi became generic name for reeded noise maker. Reeded, you can see on the right side, instrument, it's a wind instrument which have reeds like the flutes. During that time, we had thought that it would be one day revived, changed. A barber of a family of professional musician. A barber of a family of professional musician. He was a professional musician, but the family of barber who had an access to the royal palace. During that time, only instrumentalist had the access to the royal palace, but this barber had the access to the royal palace in Emperor Aurangzeb's court. He decided to improve the tonal quality of pungi, tone of pungi. What did he do? He chose a pipe which has a natural hollow that was longer and broader than pungi and made even holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of the holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Melodious, a very beautiful sound. He played the instrument before royalty, before the king, and everyone was impressed. Why was everyone impressed? Because of the tonal quality of that instrument. The instrument so different from pungi, and it had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by Nai, it's a Hindi term, Nai means barber, the instrument was named as Shehnai. Why was it called Shehnai? Because since it was played by a Nai and played in the Shah chamber, it was called Shehnai. The sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Let us see what is the meaning of auspicious. On the right side, you see, auspicious is promising to bring a very good fortune, and because of this reason it is still played in temple, and it is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding in the past. Not only North India, but even in South India we play Shehnai for the wedding. Even in Fonda Taluka, almost all the temples are playing Shehnai every day for the wedding because it is auspicious. Shehnai was a part of Naubat. Now, what is the meaning of Naubat? Naubat is a traditional assembly of 9 instruments found at the royal court. Once upon a time, these 9 instruments were played at the royal court. Even today, in Ponda Taluka, these 9 instruments were played in the temples. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument on the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now, what is the meaning of credit of bringing this instrument onto a classical stage? Any instrument, suppose we have to bring to the classical stage, then it has to develop rag or ragas in that instrument. That means Shehnai produced ragas, Bismillah Khan produced ragas in the Shehnai, and therefore it was played on the classical stage. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gulli Danda near a pond in an ancient estate of Dumran in Bihar. He was playing Gulli Danda. What is the meaning of Gulli Danda? Once upon a time, students were playing Gulli Danda game. Now that tradition has gone off. He would regularly go to nearby Biharji temple. It was a temple, Biharji temple, to sing Bhojpuri Chaitha. Now what is the meaning of Chaitha? Chaitha means it's a Bhojpuri song. He would regularly go and sing Bhojpuri Chaitha, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize that was given by local Maharaja. What was the prize he was getting? He was getting a prize of laddu. This happened 80 years ago and the little boy was travel far. It's a phrase. Travel far means travel to varied and separated places. And this boy traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India. That means he had done the so tremendous hard work that he got the highest civilian award, that is Bharat Ratna. He was born on 21st March 1916. Bismillah belonged to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was Shehnai Nawaz. What is the meaning of Nawaz? Nawaz is an Islamic word meaning prince or a kind boy. Actually, it is a Muslim boy who is a very kind and like a prince. So, he was belonged to a well-known family. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was a Nawaz in Bhojpur's King's Court. His father, Paigambar Baks, and other paternal ancestral were also great Shehnai player. Paternal means related to father. Young boy took music in early life. Started learning the music in his early life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle, now paternal, maternal. Maternal means related to mother. That was in Banaras. Now it is called Varanasi. Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncle practicing Shehnai. Fascinated. He was so fascinated, means attracted, captivated, playing his uncle playing Shehnai. Soon Bismillah Khan started accompanying his uncle, that is Ali Baks, to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baks was employed to play Shehnai. Ali Baks would play Shehnai and Bismillah would sit playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. Banks of Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he practiced in solitude. What is the meaning of haunt? Haunt means a place which never be forgotten. He was going to that place and he was playing Shehnai on the bank of river Ganga. That were his favorite places to play Shehnai. The flowing water of Ganga inspired him to improve and invent ragas. Let us see, the flowing water of Ganga inspired him to improve ragas in Shehnai, that rags in Shehnai, that were earlier considered to be beyond the reach of Shehnai. The people believing that you cannot produce ragas in Shehnai, he produced ragas by sitting on the bank of river Ganga. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to Allahabad music conference. At the end of recital means his program, Ustad Fayyaz Khan. Ustad Fayyaz Khan. Ustad is an expert or an highly skilled person in music. At the end of the recital, Ustad Fayyaz Khan patted the young boy back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. To get a big break is a phrase. Big break is a breakthrough of his life. And opening of All India Radio in Lucknow, he got a big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on the radio, started playing Shehnai on radio. When India gained independence on 15 August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with Shehnai. Who was the first Indian? He was the first Indian to play Shehnai when India got the independence. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst of Destiny speech after the independence. Which raga he sang? Which raga he performed? He performed the Rag Kafi through his Shehnai. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in means so impressed, so attracted by his master, by his music, that he gifted him. What did he gift? Priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs.